Hare Krishna, Sushma.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
How are you?
Good, Mataji. Smaran has been asking me for this class since 3 days.
Oh, that's so sweet.
He's like, do we have class today? Do we have class today?
Hello,
He's been
Smaran.
waiting for this.
Did you have good times last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice. Hmm.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Smaran. Did you see rainbow today?
Yes.
Yes.
No, not really. I mean, he has slight cough, so I've not really let him go out. I might probably let him go see now.
Yeah, ask him to go see before the rainbow is gone.
You want to go check and come
Yeah.
back?
Hmm. So, okay, what we do is because this is 40 minutes only, the Zoom class, Zoom meeting will go, right? And then after 40 minutes, it will shut down. And then we will log in back again, if that's okay. And other thing is, I've noticed I have scheduled a meeting through my one particular Gmail address. I have three different Gmail addresses. And then in my mobile phone, I schedule the meeting. In laptop, it is not coming up. So that means I have to manually type in. And luckily, I have chosen the option to allow everyone. That's why it allowed me. Otherwise, I have to.
I couldn't see the rainbow.
Oh, that's gone, is it?
Oh, I thought we were on mute. Sorry.
That's okay. So that's all right. What we can do, we'll start with the Keetan. So who wants to do Keetan today? Smaran, do you want to do Keetan?
Yes, Mataji, I'll do.
Sumana? Okay, nice. And Smaran can join as well with you.
Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, you are. Start, Sumana. I'll just come in a second. I just turn off the light. It's too bright. You keep going.
Sure, Mataji. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्यत देशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्दा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवसदि गौरभक्तवृन्दा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Nice, Sumana. Thank you very much. Nice as always. Okay, so we will continue with Bhagavad Gita. And by the way, we are going to celebrate Radha Rani's birthday in 2 weeks' time. So for the kids, what we'll do is make some card for Radha Rani's birthday. It is on 14th of September. So we can make cards and we can make dress for her, maybe dress using some different crafts, paper or
Glitter.
yeah, glitters, any special things if you can find in your home. And you can make, I don't know, altar or a swing, anything
Any
you
craft for Radha.
any craft for Radha. And what are you going to make, Vallabha?
I'm gonna make a crown.
Okay, so Vallabha is going to make a crown for Radha Rani. And you can also try Smaran and Hiti, I think. Aditi, your daughter name is Hiti? What is it?
Yes, yeah, her name is Hiti.
Yeah, so she can make something as well.
And did all of the kids learn the sloka?
Oh yes, the teacher is asking, Vallabha.
Did you learn the sloka?
Did everyone learn the sloka? What was the
Yeah.
sloka?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
want to sing that?
Hare Nama,
Wants to sing.
Hare
Wants to sing that.
Nama, Hare Kevala. Hello Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Katil Anyata.
Very nice. Super. Super. We will come to that at the end of this class. So I will ask
Kitty?
Hiti, I'll ask later maybe, because we'll continue with our Bhagavad Gita and then we'll come back. And next week is going to be Radha Rani's special class. So I would like Smaran, Hiti, and also I'll ask Deepti's daughter Nakshatra and Vallabha. Each of you share one pastime of Radharani, something special about Radharani, whatever you know. Okay?
A pastime about with Krishna and Radha?
Yeah, you can do with Krishna and Radha. That would be more, beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, but
With
I already
Krishna.
said all the stories I know in the other class.
Then learn more. Okay, I'll share the screen. Where is Bhagavad Gita? I can't see it. Maybe this one. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
It has come.
All right. So we are going to learn from 16th verse. Correct, Sumana?
We have finished till 18th, Mataji.
Is it? Vallabha?
Yes.
You're not allowed to touch anything. Okay? You're not
Till
allowed.
18 is done.
Okay, so when I checked YouTube, this was the last one, 14 to 15. And then after that, we did...
On 15, we did 17 and 18.
Oh, we did? Okay, maybe I haven't uploaded it. Okay, good pickup. So, we will continue from 19th, yeah? What did I say? Okay. So, chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yashya sarve samarambah kama sankalpa varjitah Jnanagni dakda karmanam tam ahuha panditam buddhaha. Okay, so I'll just put this down. Okay, translation. Vallabha, can you read the translation, please?
I can't see.
Okay, I'll just put this down. Please read.
One is understood to be in full knowledge whose every endeavor
whose
every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. He is said by sages to be a worker for whom the reactions of work have been burned up by the fire of perfect knowledge.
So when we are in full knowledge, jnanam, when we have perfect knowledge, the complete knowledge, what happens is we will not be interested in worldly affairs, the material necessities as such. So
Sense gratification.
So here it is said, only a person in full knowledge can understand the activities of a person in Krishna consciousness. Because the person in Krishna consciousness is devoid of all kinds of sense gratificatory propensities. So in general, everyone in this world, why we came to this world in the first place? To enjoy. Correct? It's not that we came here to do some service or anything like that. Everyone has come here to enjoy to some degree. So in our previous lives, we have done whatever activities. Sometimes the activities could be related to bhakti, or sometimes it is related to vikarma or karma, that is sukarma. We discussed this, right? Sukarma, vikarma, and akarma. So any of these permutation combination, we would have done activities in our past lives, and we currently or still continuing to do those activities in this present life also. So what happens is, from the past Sukriti we have accumulated, we would have been born in a good family, or we are now exposed to this bhakti activities and everything. That is our fortune, correct? So once we are in this full knowledge, that means because of our past Sukriti, we are continuing to act on that same basis. Still it is interesting, sometimes if we have done any bad activities in the previous lives, that seed, that bija, that will continue also in this life, correct? So that is why sometimes we get the propensity of sometimes stealing, sometimes cheating, sometimes in the sense gratificatory process, like anything like kama, krodha, any of that sort. So even though we are born in a nice family, we have full knowledge of academically, not bhakti as such, but we have good knowledge, we are very well educated, learned, but still those propensities come and go. Why? Because of our past, that inclination coming from the past lives. So if we execute those instincts, or not instincts as such, that inclinations, if we are keen and we wanted to continue with those things, then what happens? One second, mama எனக்கு ஒரு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுங்க. அந்த குட்டு புக் இருக்குல்ல, கீதா சுபோதினி, அதுக்கு நெக்ஸ்ட் ரெண்டும். Thanks. Okay, so if we are inclined to act on those propensities like cheating or stealing or any of that sort, then what will happen is we are creating a new karma cycle again. Already that because of karma cycle only we are continuing in this life. Malaba, don't do it. Otherwise we can't read. I can try this. Okay, is that okay, Malaba? So we wanted to burn our karma so we can go back to Krishna Loka, right? We can go back to spiritual world. That should be our aim. How do we get that full knowledge? Only by association of pure devotees. When we get the full knowledge, what happens is we will not be interested in those kind of propensities anymore. Like even though if we are getting that instinct, we should do this, some bad abominable activities sometimes pop up in our mind, and can I do this? How this will be nice? Sometimes the getting a lottery or something, or stealing or something, anything, or
What is getting
bad.
a lottery?
I'll explain to you later, Valabha. And any of that sort, if we act on it, then we create new karma cycle. Instead of burning them, But what should we do is when we get those type of inclination, we should stop acting on it. That's it, simple. So when we respond to the mind by acting according to the desire of the mind, that's when the problem comes. So we have to just succumb to it. And the purport here says that when one is situated in this position, that when we understand that our constitutional position is nothing but Jivera Swarubahai Krishnera Nityadas. I repeat this verse again and again because this is very important verse. This tells us our constitutional position of every jiva. Jivera Swarupa Hoy. Swarupa means what? Swarupa means the nature. The nature of jiva is what Krishnera Nityadas. To Krishna we serve. Nitya means always, right? Constantly or always. So Das means serving. So when we constantly serve Krishna, then that is our position. And the last line, he is actually learned who has attained to such perfection of knowledge. Development of this knowledge of eternal servitorship to the Lord is compared to fire. Such a fire, once kindled, can burn up all kinds of reactions to work. So automatically it becomes akarma, correct? Vallabha, can you give me the cushion, pink cushion, please? Gently put it on the floor. Yes. Okay, so the next verse is 20. Tyaktva karma phalashangam nityatritto nirashayah karmani abhipravartopi naiva kinchit karoti shah. Translation. Abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings. So, here, see, you will realize, you might have realized this already, when we are coming closer to Krishna, right? When we are advancing in Krishna consciousness, we realize we are no longer interested in cheap things, and we start to develop the desire to serve Lord and associate with devotees. But again, the Maya is very tricky. The Maya will test us. It will act on us in a way that the Maya will inspire us in so many ways where we can fall down easily. Like we can do some activities that is not favorable for bhakti. Okay, simply, please come here. So simply when we are engaging ourselves in favor of bhakti, then what happens is we are peaceful and we understand that this is nice, we wanted to do more of that. But when we do the opposite, we feel that guilt, we start to develop that guilt consciousness. Instead of Krishna consciousness, we start to develop this type of consciousness, very guilty, because we know guilt means knowing you're doing something wrong and you regret about it. You regret it. And so why? Because Paramatma within starts to reciprocate with us, because we have begun our bhakti process, we have begun our chanting or hearing about Krishna or his devotees, because we developed this kind of behaviors in our day-to-day life. And for some reason we are no longer interested. Why? Because Maya is so powerful. Maya made us interest with some other stuff which is not Krishna consciousness. So now what happens when we are doing non-Krishna consciousness activities? Because of our purificatory process that we had undertaken, like chanting or hearing, that is now helping us to make us feel that what you're doing is waste of time. Simple as that. You're wasting your time. You can spend that time in accumulating more knowledge about Krishna. So because we are not here to enjoy, even though we have come here to enjoy, but once we realize that no, we are not here to enjoy, but rather we wanted to go back to Krishna Loka. So for that purpose, we need to use this body, which is a vehicle, right, to go from one destination, one source to one destination. We just need to கால் எடுத்துக்கோ மம்மிக்கு முதுகு வலிக்குது So from one place to another place, we wanted to travel. For that, we are just simply using our body, and we need to keep our body healthy body. That way, without any trouble, we can travel from one place to another place. But bodily needs also need to be satisfied. But that doesn't mean we are simply anxious about satisfying bodily needs only, and not actually, utilizing. Yeah, going on the trip. So, what happens is, let me see, this is verse number 20. So, what does it mean? So, what is Krishna is trying to do, teach us is, we shouldn't abandon our work, but rather we should abandon our attachment to the results of our work. So we become Atmaram. Atmaram means self-satisfied. So we become happy within because we know what we are doing is right. So we are in Krishna consciousness. We are learning about Krishna. We are hearing about Krishna. We are talking about Krishna. So when we do more about Krishna, that is Krishna consciousness, and that is purifying us. Okay. So that is when we can, that is what helping us to remove our anarthas. So that is like removing our, as I was saying, the anarthas. What are the 6 anarthas, Vallabha? Do you remember? Pride.
Pride, anger, greed, envy, lust, illusion.
So pride, anger, greed, envy, lust, and illusion. So these are the 6 impurities in our heart that pops up one or the other at different times. Sometimes nothing, none of them manifest. Sometimes all of them could manifest. Sometimes 1 or 2 would manifest, depending on, again, coming from past lives. So those things would continue in this life at some circumstances, right? When we were, like, say for example, when I was 10 years old, whatever I am experiencing now, I didn't experience it. Why? Because I need to be in the position to be able to suffer or enjoy. So that karma cycle and the law of karma works very expertly, because if I had been given something when I was 10 years old, all I wanted when I was 10 years old is maybe ice cream or something, not more than that, or maybe school holiday. When it was raining, I got some school holidays and I was so happy about it. I was thinking, wow, this is the best day ever. Now, because of COVID, there's, schools are not
Closed
reopening. Or yeah, the schools are closed down, and Vallabha hardly went to school. Yeah, Vallabha.
Yeah.
He started school at Feb, and then it just closed. And then he got sick when it reopened, so he didn't go. And then when he got recovered, then term holidays came, so he didn't go. When the term holidays finished, the COVID lockdown came. He didn't go. And then the cycle repeated itself. So he never went to the school.
I never went to school 1 month straight.
Straight. Yep, there you go. So this is for them, that's enough. So being at home, doing what they want to do is that's giving them pleasure. That gives them happiness. And the same thing with me, right? When I was 10 years old, all I wanted is maybe a holiday. But now when I am 38, and if you give me holiday, I'm still happy about it. But not like as happy as I used to be, because now I can take sick leave and I can still enjoy my leave, correct? But those days, like, you can't do much about it. But anyway, my parents are so easygoing. So even if I wasn't sick, I would say, "Mommy, I want to take sick leave." They would say, "Okay."
Not actually.
But don't copy that, Vallabha.
Why?
Okay. So the point is, the the karmic reaction come at certain age. Not only the karmic reaction, but also the impurities at certain age or certain time of your life. It comes and go. When it comes, how we react, how we respond. The reaction, response, both two different things. The reaction is more like emotional. The responding is more like intelligence, using your emotional intelligence, rather maybe rational intelligence. Okay, so this is why we need.
What is reaction?
Reaction means
Rational.
rational means very choosing the right thing. Okay, analyzing, discriminating what is right, what is wrong, and then making the right decision. That is rational decision, or that's a rational decision. So the point here is we wanted to work, we don't want it to stop anything. We just want to continue with our work, whatever we are doing, going office or going to school, whatever. But at the moment, nothing's happening. We are doing everything from home only. But still, we are continuing to do what we are doing, correct? But the only difference is we are not attached to the results, and we are satisfied with that. Because
We don't want the fruity results.
yeah, we don't want fruity results. And because what we are doing is to satisfy Krishna, because we wanted to do as our duty, not like okay, if
As
I
our
do
own
this
pleasure.
for our own pleasure, correct? So this is our karma, simple as that. Okay. And but if we are doing the opposite, so if we are doing, okay, for me, I'm doing it for me, I will get this and my family would get this. So we are calculating all this, and then we are doing that work. See, even in Krishna consciousness, we are going to work and we earn money, and we know that from the money we are going to do these stuff, correct? But our consciousness is not always on this money. You're not always thinking about, okay, I'm going to get this money and I'm going to do this. Not always. Okay, yes, we plan. It's not that the consciousness is like constantly
Money consciousness.
Yeah, money consciousness, or our future greedy, that type of consciousness. But rather, we wanted to maintain our family in Krishna consciousness. For that we need money. For that I need to work. I need to get salary, and I need to use that money in the right way. You need to save your money, not spend lavishly. You need to buy things that are useful and necessary.
You first you buy your needs instead of wants, and then the leftover money you use it to help your family and be more in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, absolutely. So verse 2:1, 4.21. So can somebody read this Sanskrit sloka, please?
Can I try?
Yes, Aditi.
निराशीरे तचित् आत्मा तस्य तत् सर्वपरिग्रह शारीरं केवलं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किलिशभीष्मम् किल्बीष्मम्.
Okay, so translation also, can you read, please, Aditi?
Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions and acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus working, he is not affected by sinful reactions.
So when Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by this Brahmana boy, and we know that curse, right? What was the curse? Does anyone remember?
I do.
Can we give someone else a turn? See, does anyone remembers what was the curse given to Parikshit Maharaj? He was the son of Abhimanyu.
that he would die within 7 days and a snake would bite him, and then his death would be because of a snake.
Parikshit Maharaj. Yes, very good. Yeah, that's the one. So, what was that? We removed running out of time, we removed the 40-minute time limit on your group meeting. Okay, I love that. All right. So, Parikshit Maharaj, when he was cursed by this Shringi, the Brahmana boy, Samikirishi's son, the Takshaka bird, snake bird, would bite him within 7 days and he would die. He wasn't reacting to it. What we would have done, what you would have done, Vallabha, if somebody tells you that's snake bird comes and bites you and within a week, how would you react?
I would say the main example of what you're trying to say.
Okay.
Even though it's not what I was mainly thinking.
Just tell me honestly, what would you do?
I would do exactly what he did.
Parikshit Maharaj?
Yes.
So that's good, Vallabha. I don't know if you would really do that, but I'm glad that at least we are trying to follow the great examples like Parikshit Maharaj, who is a great devotee of Krishna, correct? So that's what we should try to do.
mean by that.
Hmm.
What I would do pretending is that I would run away and get undercover.
Yeah, but the curse will catch us wherever we go. We under the cave or under the subway or on the roof or in the air, in the flight, helicopter. Still, the curse will affect. Correct.
Yeah.
So the only shelter we should take is
Krishna.
correct. That's what Parikshit Maharaj did. He gave up everything,
And then just started hearing.
Srimad Bhagavatam.
He didn't eat, he didn't sleep, he didn't drink.
Correct.
He just sat there listening to each and every word.
Correct. Yes. Yes. What we would do, we would do. We would sleep. 7 days. No way. So
And you need to eat
yeah, I first want to eat.
and go to the bathroom.
and then yeah, bathroom also will happen eventually if you eat and drink. But then I want to sleep as well. But Parikshit Maharaj gave up on his royal life. Okay, it's not easy to give up. See, if someone asks you to give up something, say for example, I wanted to move from house A to house B, I wanted to sell something, so I wanted to give away some things. But I was holding on to a few things, I was attached to a few things. Oh, do I need to really give this away? Or can I make some room for this particular item? Can I still keep it? And my Prabhu would say, my husband would say, if you're bringing one new thing to our home, one old thing should go out, and then you bring your old new thing. So that's what happening in our home. If I wanted to bring any new thing, I already would have planned how I'm going to get rid of the old thing, the similar thing. If I wanted to new of this replacing, how do I get rid of? Like if I want a new Vallabha or something, how can I get rid of this old Vallabha?
Hey! Why don't you make an example with the table?
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's a good example too. Vallabha is a good example.
What?
No, just joking, Vallabha.
Is there
Exactly,
any
my wife does
Vallabha
the same
beans?
thing as well.
What Sabi?
My wife exactly does the same thing as well. Get rid of one stuff before getting new stuff.
Very
That's
good,
good.
very good. So that's not my own intelligence; it's my husband's. I'm using that, but your wife must be very good, intelligent. Yeah, because here we are all living in very small places. I don't know which place you live, Sabi, but we live in small apartment, right? So that's a good thing because you have to get rid of one thing to get the new thing in, because you don't have room anyway. But even in old house, also the bigger house, also the same rule. So which is good. And one devotee said, Gobe Vrindesh Prabhu, you might know him. And he said in the class that if you haven't used anything in the last 6 months, then you would never use it again. You're not going to use it, so just get rid of it. So that's how you spring clean them. So yeah.
I
That's
guess
nice, Mataji.
Yeah.
My wife she just throws it, Mataji. She doesn't even tell me, She just throws it and then she informs me that I throw it here. That's what happens. So anyway.
Oh, is it? Okay. Actually, I sell them off.
Women's freedom, yeah. What to do?
Yeah. Yeah, at least she is doing something useful, I believe. So, Parikshit Maharaj gave up on royal life, and he gave up on his not just the kingdom, but also wife, children, and everything. His position,
Yeah.
his power,
His golden throne, his exquisite food.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So, how nice food you would get those days?
A golden bathroom.
I don't know about that, Malama. Hello, Nakshatra. Welcome. So, Hare Krishna. So, we will continue with the class for another 5 minutes, Nakshatra, and then we will do the kids' class, okay? And Sabari, your child, how old is he?
Okay,
Mataji, he's 2 years old, man.
Oh, that's so small, so sweet.
Hello?
Okay. But encourage him to sit with you in the class.
Yes, Mataji. Yes. His name is Badri Narayanan, and he's 2 years old.
Oh, 3 or 2?
He's 2 years old, Mataji.
2 years.
Just a couple of months ago. So.
Okay, so he can sit with you, so he can just observe. Even hearing about hearing Bhagavad Gita itself purifying, even though a small age, still it is purifying. It is equally effective. We understand a bit, we think they might not understand, but because the size of the soul in everyone's body is the same size, correct? And the intelligence, everything is Sachidananda. Therefore, the attraction towards the Lord is always equal to every living entity. Only because of contamination, we vary from one, degree to another degree. But generally speaking, hearing more of the Sanskrit verses, especially from Bhagavad Gita as it is, it will purify us. So I encourage the kids, even though they are tiny or the big, doesn't matter. They can just sit and watch. They can do their coloring, they can play, but still listen. So that's equally beneficial. Okay.
Beneficial.
And coming back to this, when we have this, you can do this. Okay. Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence, perfectly controlled, giving up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions. That's what Parikshit Maharaj did, right? So he gave up on his proprietorship. He was the owner of the entire world, actually. Those days, it's not like the kingdom was the world.
What?
Yes. It's Bharata Varsha means it's entire
Like the
world.
kingdom of the king, queen of England.
Only later years it became England or India or Pakistan or Australia or anything like that. But those days it was everything was world as Bharata Varsha, only one place. And what happened was they divided for little kings. They gave some parts like in part of the land as in charge so that they can manage. They administer, but not more than that. But he was the emperor. Parikshit Maharaj.
The biggest king. The one who had most land.
So he was not affected by curse at all. He was, in fact, blissful because of he was going to hear Bhagavatam until the time of death. So who will get that such fortune?
And he wasn't very scared or sad that he was going to die.
Yeah.
He was very happy that he was going to die because that if he would listen to Krishna at the time of death, he would definitely soon go to Krishna. And same with that person which only had a moment of 45 minutes until he died.
Like King Katwanga,
Yeah.
you're talking about? Yeah. King Katwanga, the same.
That's even less than an hour.
Exactly. So Parikshit Maharaj was lucky to have 7 days to hear Bhagavatam. And he was able to do that. And at the end of the life, he went home back to Godhead.
45 minutes is a lot for me.
Yeah, King Katwanga, what happened? Only he got 45 minutes. By the time he reached India, what happened? It was like Earth planet. It became 24 minutes or something.
No, I remember.
12 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so half of it. So not even 45. It seems 24. And then in 12 minutes, he has to take 12 minutes to come to Earth planet from heavenly planets. And then within 12 minutes, what he did is just meditate on the Supreme Lord and the time of death, because he was remembering all those 12 minutes. And then he died. He went back to spiritual world.
All those 12 minutes, he was meditating in the flight, and then when he came down, he was listening.
He was meditating at in Earth planet when he came, which is so nice.
Then what was he doing on the flight?
I don't know, Vallabha. Maybe he is talking to his wife on the phone.
What? There's no phone.
I'm just joking. Okay, we go to the next verse. So
When is it kid time?
It will come almost. Okay, now 6:40. Maybe we'll stop here. So 22nd verse will continue from next week. All right, let's chat with the kids.